right, thanks, Cam. The Wisconsin Brain Tumor Walk-in Race is coming up on July 13th to raise awareness and money to support the needs of brain tumor patients and their families.
Joining us now to talk about the event is Jackie Ranzenberger, who's been a longtime supporter of the race. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing. So you have a family history with brain tumors. Can you talk about your experience?
Yeah, my mother was diagnosed with glioblastoma in 2016 and passed.
One of the very severe forms of
Correct.
it. I know this is something that not a lot of people talk about. My sister had a brain tumor many years ago, and I think we hear about a lot of other conditions and diagnoses, and not a lot of people talk about brain tumors.
Yep.
Yeah.
So tell us about this event that's planned coming up in just a few weeks.
Okay, so there's a walk race on July 13th at Warner Park. Registration is at 7:30, and then the walk actually starts at 9:30. We've got a silent auction. There's a kids race. We have a remembrance ceremony as well. Basically, we do this for the National Brain Tumor Society, really wanting to just raise awareness, raise some funds for research, effective treatments, possibly a cure, and then to just raise, awareness for the patients and for the caregivers as well.
And you mentioned kids are a part of this. Brain tumors can come in different forms, different severity. This event is about all forms, anyone who's had experience with it, anyone who wants to support patients and families, and for all ages?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why is it important for you, for other people who are involved, excuse me, to raise awareness of what's happening and to make sure that people, realize how many people are affected by brain tumors?
I think it's something that's not really talked about, that was mentioned. Really just to raise awareness, just to know that, there's different forms of cancer out there, and just to be all supportive and know that you're in a community, you're not alone. Like, you have support everywhere.
Yeah. And it can be a very scary diagnosis, whatever that diagnosis is. When you hear brain tumor, you automatically think it's very severe. And it is what brain surgery is very serious, very serious. So with this and raising awareness, what are you hoping that comes in the end for people to understand, like you just mentioned, there are resources out there. There is a community of support. You don't have to feel alone.
Yeah. Yeah, so glioblastoma is obviously severe. My mother had 2 tumors that were inoperable. There was no cure. So it was just a matter of time and just trying to make them, comfortable and provide them with the best care that you can. Yeah. Not everything, obviously there's various different forms of brain tumors and brain cancer, and just talk about it, support.
Yeah, and I've had a very dear friend with glioblastoma and my grandfather as well. So yeah, it's tough.
It is, yes.
If people are watching this and they say, this is a really important cause, I want to get involved,
Absolutely.
How can they take part in the work you all are doing?
So go to braintumor.org/Wisconsin. That'll take you to Saturday's event for donations, or if you're looking to walk or race, or just to be there and support, here to cheer.
And there is so much support in this community.
Yes.
What else would you recommend for people who may get this diagnosis? What helped your family kind of navigate everything?
Ours was pretty fast and aggressive as far as going in, doctor appointments, figuring out what things were, and our support team was great. Our doctors were great. The palliative care, hospice, surgeons, everybody. They're just very good.
And I think a lot of times, the nurses who are helping with the care can connect you to these resources that are available. And, the medical team kind of becomes part of the family.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for being here and sharing. And the Wisconsin Brain Tumor 5K Walk-in Race, July 13th at Warner Park. And we'll, of course, have more information on our website, wkow.com.